Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your buddy, the 14th Prime. What I say yesterday? What I say? I put up polls, I put up questions, confirmed today. This way, you know what I mean? Y'all can't be like, oh, well, you were speculating. No, I said it yesterday. Um, it is confirmed by not only by myself, by JT Prime, by Chris Jam, and by Hasbro and everybody else. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Magmatron will be next year's combiner. Tidal Wave will be the Titan. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he will. Let's take a closer look at both of these real quick because, like, this is just mind blowing. Okay, I didn't even when I saw this on the poster yesterday, I didn't even know who this was. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been a fan since '84, but I was like, who is this green headed thing? Finally looked at it. What? Magmatron is three dinosaurs combined. It's a Landosaur. This is what it says on the official bio too, by the way. Landosaur, dinosaur, and Aerosaur, I believe it said. But anyway, you get this pterodactyl, you get this T Rex, and you get like a sea urchin of evil destruction. They come together and make. We'll talk about their combined mode later, but the robot mode of this thing looks terrifying. Like Deathosaurus terrifying. Just I've never in my life, I guess like I said, I didn't really watch Beast Wars because I had gotten older and had kids or whatever. But then I looked this guy up and I realized, yo, if you have the original, this thing is going for, look at it, a whopping $648. And I can see why. If you had the original, you know what I mean? Or whichever iteration of this toy that they made. This guy, you got a dinosaur on one hand, on one arm, another dinosaur head on the other, and pterodactyl wings with legs. Man, this thing looks horrifying. Got to have it. Got to have it. This is probably the scariest, ugliest like combiner that everyone should own in that I've ever seen in my life. So I did my homework and I'm looking up Magmatron and these images of the original toy. I can only imagine what the new Legacy United will look like and do. I can't wait to see. I hope they improve on the combined form. Um, Looking at this amalgamation of of dinosaur, sea creature, and what? Like, and at first I saw this and I was like, oh, okay, that's. Wait, no, because there's a lot of parts missing. I had no idea that this was a combiner. I mean, y'all, please feel free to school me in the comments. I'm just here for leaks and news and, some good old G1 or G2, whatever, goodness, transmetals, robot cars, Japanese stuff. But this is rather mind blowing. This blew my mind out of the park. Like, so, wow. So each animal has its own personality, and then they all come together to form him. So first we saw the dinosaur, now we're seeing the pterodactyl, and then we get to this thing. What 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 is this? But either way, like I guess this is the sea urchin or the ceosaur, as it says, or whatever. Um, yeah. If this is the direction that y'all are going, I can't wait to see Wave 2 and 3 and Wave 4 of United. Next year is going to be off the hook, apparently. Now, this part is the part that concerns me. The combined mode of all three animals. Is it supposed to look like a dinosaur human centipede? Or, like, is it. What's going on here? What is this? Some weird mating ritual? Like who's on whose back, and then who's the third? Anyway, so look at this image of this guy. He looks terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Apparently, yesterday they said that they weren't doing a HasLab, obviously, for this year. What we only got 3 months left out of the year, so obviously no. But next year is going to be something crazy, and we're thinking it's going to be Primus. I'm not going to, go all crazy like I did yesterday, being like, I told y'all, I told you, but I'm thinking it's going to be Primus. Who else would they do? You know what I mean? Because they're not going to do Unicron again. We might. I'm still hoping for a Unicron Titan, maybe next year. I mean, year after next, uh, or when they run out of ideas. I love the fact that the Decepticons are getting a lot of love in the Titan department. You know what I mean? They drop two back to back. Usually, I think they would. It was like they did Metroplex first, and then what was it? Tripticon, and then Fort Max, and then uh, Devastator, and then anyway, the whole point is I love the fact that we just got the Nemesis, and then next year we get Tidal Wave. Just show the Decept some love. They need it. You know what I mean? We always get a million Optimuses and a million iterations of all these other people. I was thinking that the combiner was going to be like Bruticus or something of that nature. I had no idea it was going to be Magmatron. And I was watching a couple people's videos yesterday, and they were like, Magmatron is the commander, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think anything else of it because, it just one, I didn't know who it was. Just being honest, I didn't know who it was, and two, I didn't want it, got it because I was like, that's a little outlandish looking for me. But looking at what it used to this, okay, that looks freaky. That looks like some freaky. I don't know about that part. If I was to pick this up, it's gonna stay in robot mode for the most part, or these guys will be separated. They will never be displayed in this fashion. We'll just leave it at that. That looks like something ain't right. Something ain't right. Um, Something ain't right. But this again, looking at him from this angle, looking at him from this angle, he looks terrifying. Again, this is how I would keep Magmatron. His weapons look crazy. Like I said, I can't wait to see what this actual toy reveal looks like. Oh, speaking of toy reveals, the next Hasbro Pulse will be at the end of October, and that will be the one where they will show off the Studio Series and a lot more toys. They said that was also announced this morning. Studio Series, and we might get a peek at Tidal Wave. And then I got a feeling deep down in my chest that the day that they show that pulse and they say, "Oh yeah, we just retooled the Nemesis into Tidal Wave," or it's a heavy retool, I got a feeling I'm gonna be making a video that day and then bringing up yesterday's video, being like, "I told y'all." Because like I said, I put a poll up yesterday asking y'all, did y'all think that Tidal Wave was going to be Commander, or do you think it will go with Megatron? Also, what we found out this morning is yes. They are repackaging and refreshing Armada Megatron, but we don't know if it's going to come with those extra parts that's in the poster, or if Tidal Wave will have parts that break down off of him so that Megatron can form his ultimate form with him from the cartoon. Now here we have again the dopest image I've ever seen in my life of Tidal Wave. For those of you, quick story. Um, First time I ever saw Tidal Wave was back in 2002, 2003. I was playing the PlayStation 2 Armada Transformers game. Tidal Wave was one of the bosses, and he was literally this huge. And that's why I knew yesterday, I was like, there's no way that they would take somebody that's like in the lore that's supposed to be this big and turn him into, a 16-inch commander or however many inches. It depends on who it is. Hot Rod, the truck mode is a foot long, but the robot is 8 inches. Or Motormaster. You get all this extra stuff. I was like, there's no way in this world they would do that. Then I looked at the old toy and really, like if they were making Titans back then, this would have been a Titan, clearly. But like I'm not gonna go into everything I went into yesterday, but I can see how from head to foot how they could retool the Nemesis into this. I mean, I'm not saying that they have to. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just saying it would be easier for them to do that instead of making this a whole new mold. But we'll see. Time will tell. We'll see in about a month. I want to know if it comes with a Minicon Ramjet when they do make this toy. And like looking at it, in my head, I think I was confusing his alt mode with Broadside. because I know broadside is an aircraft carrier also, but this is more like an aircraft carrier ship. So we're getting two ships. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I said yesterday I ain't want it, but the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm thinking, I got $200. I could just put away for a whole year. But I haven't even really fully enjoyed my Nemesis. Like, to be honest with you, I played with her in the Ark. And then I come in my studio and I look at Omega Supreme and I look at Fort Max and I look at, Scorponok, and I'm like, I really haven't given myself the chance to sit down and enjoy them for what they are before the next one pops up. And then now I got to put another shelf in here. And then the next one pops up and I got to put another shelf. You know what I mean? But this guy looks absolutely amazing. And again, the reason I keep saying it would be easier for them to retool it from the Nemesis is because, see, from that knee down, that's exactly how her legs are, wings and all. And the chest with the two guns pointing off to the side, that's exactly how her chest is. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it would be so easy for them to do a heavy retool and boom, give us this. But yeah, the more and more I see it, the more and more I'm falling in love with it. Here's the questions that I posted yesterday. I'm not a person that likes to prove people wrong, but everybody said no, huh? 239 votes said no. Yep. We'll see, but even still, okay. Let's look at this. I put up yesterday. Would Tidal Wave be a combiner with Magmatron or the next Titan? Y'all had this one right. It's your buddy, the 14th Prime. We'll have more news later.